Good morning, traders, and this is your Dow Jones review for today. So, as I suggested yesterday, these two levels here, I've added the third level in, which we didn't discuss in the video, which was this fractal point here, and that was the area for buyers to step in, and buyers have stepped in. I think the critical component here is this channel has now pretty much been broken this morning. I would still expect some kind of a pullback, either to test this channel or to create a double bottom or to create a higher low. So I still expect some form of a pullback, and my line in the sand still is, firstly to the upside is 26,260, and then ultimately 26,391. And the reason for that, if we just go to the daily, you'll see that's pretty much the top. Okay, so 26,391 is the top of the range, and this level here is 26,261, which is more of a 3-hour, probably a 4-hour as well level. And you can see that's the previous breakout there. Okay, so looking at the moving averages, trend is still down on the 3-hour, but we have broken through some structure, so I would expect a second move coming shortly. That second move is pretty much this environment. Okay, and I'll tidy up the noise now. Let's just see where that goes to, and you can see that goes to this inside tail here. Okay, so that's kind of the move, but if we do get through this level, it's going to be pretty interesting. So just staying on the daily, we have a double top there, we have a lower high, lower high, lower high, higher high. Okay, so we have a higher high and we have higher lows. The other way to look at this at the moment is that the bulls are confident that Trump and the Chinese are going to make some headway, and we have just formed the structure for a channel. Okay, so that's another thing that I'd have drawn in, is just make sure you have your channel drawn in, because I do not expect this thing to rally hard. It's going to be volatile, but it's probably going to continue in this volatile to upward manner. Okay, and then obviously, ultimately, I'm looking for a breakthrough. Well, it's actually this tail here that we're looking to break through. Okay, so yeah, so that's kind of my view at the moment. If we drill down to the lower time frames here, okay, we did have quite a big gap down onto those levels. Oscillators are grouping at the moment, indicating we need to be looking for a level, which is not an issue. We can more than likely still come back to test any of the breaks, come back as far as that to test that break. And you can see how the 200 SMA lines up at the moment. Okay, we're also looking for another crossover, which is the 200 SMA and the 200 EMA. But that's a complete different story. Okay, so at this moment, if you look at this second move here, so there was a first move, and there's a second move. See how perfectly that worked out? So there's our first move sideways, there's our second move. And this is on the half hour. So this is from this consolidation off a level, one move up, consolidate, and the second move's happened already. Okay, so for me at the moment, I am expecting a little bit of a pullback, and then we have another reason to be long. Okay, so if I just fine tune this, probably a little bit, not quite fine tuned, there it is. That would be my diagonal that I'm looking for, and then I'd love to line that up with some kind of structure. And the early structure is there, and the next level of structure is pretty much there. And this one is fairly interesting. Okay, and you also see this is a cup and handle, but it ties up with this second move, so that target has been hit. Okay, in other words, structure for me right now, looking for a bit of a pullback, and then opportunity to get long again. Okay, so yeah, so for me right now, would prefer to see 26,136, but I'll also consider 26,168. But again, waiting for European Open before I make any call on that. And from here to where your stop is, it's 100-point stop loss. So your stop needs to be below these two fractals here. Okay, so what we're doing is we're using the lower time frames at the moment. So trend is up. We've had a trend change on the half hour. I'm not even going to bother with that. Work on the 12 or 15 minute right now. Pointless trying to look for long-term trades at the moment. So you can see we had a breakthrough, came back, wasn't quite a retest, and then we've had a rally this morning. And this rally this morning is pretty significant. It's 120 points. And again, you can see on the 12 minute, the 200 SMA and the 200 EMA also holding up traffic. Okay, so oscillators are saying wait for you should be looking for a level to be short. I'm not a fan of shorting the Dow at the moment. So it seems like every time there's a bit of a pullback, the bulls are scaling in. So I'm just going to trade with them. Okay, so we wait for the pullback, and then it's long again. Take profit at the next level. Levels, remember, levels are always the underside of the fractal. So levels are all, there's a level, there's a level. All my inside tails on a fractal are levels, and then we skip to the top side tails there, which are also fractals. Okay, and the last thing is daily close above 26461, and not a rejection bar like this, but a daily close above that level will give me a pretty strong breakout. And if I'm just a little bit conservative, do that. That would be my move, pretty much to create an all-time high. Now, what's going to trigger that is miraculously the trade wars all of a sudden sorted out and everybody's happy. You're going to see the bulls drive us to a new high. So this could be setting up quite nicely for December, for the December rally. This looks like what is about to happen. You know, there's consolidation here. We've got a daily crossover the moving averages. Delete all this. We've got a crossover the daily moving averages at the moment, which indicating a trend change. So ideally, what we're looking for is a break up, daily close above this level here, 26435, and we should be on our way. Okay, anyway, that's my view for today. Just waiting for a bit of a pullback, and then we're back in long. Right, hope it helps, and I will catch you later. Cheers for now.